Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to mod your BeatSaber game. In order to make this possible, you're going to need side quest on your Oculus, and you're also going to need dev mode on your Oculus. Once both of those are enabled, we can go ahead and hop into side quest. If you don't already have side quest, I will be linking a tutorial video down below on how to make it possible for SideQuest to be on your headset in the first place. So go ahead and watch that before you attempt. First, we're going to click on BMBF. It should be on the main page. If it's not, you can go ahead and search for it. Once it's all loaded up, because the Oculus can be pretty slow, we're going to hit side load. Going to be installing. Now, since BMBF is pretty old on the SideQuest store, it's going to ask you to update after we install it. If it's your first time, it'll ask you to update a few times, like maybe 3. If it isn't my first time, then we're going to go ahead and update it once. Now that we have that installed, we're going to search for QuestAppVersionSwitcher. And it should already appear by the time you type in your first Q. There it is. You're going to scroll down and side load, like so. It's going to ask to install. Click install. Now, once it's installed successfully, we're going to go to our unknown sources, and up here we should see QuestAppVersionSwitcher. Once it's opened, it's going to ask us to allow and manage to access all files. It's going to bring us to this page here. We're going to click start. After clicking start, it'll bring you to this page. It'll tell you that your current version of BeatSaber is 1.34 and that it is not able to be modded. It's going to take you through this process on how to downgrade the version. You're going to click yes. And if you're confused at this point that it's telling you to log in, you need to log into QuestAppVersionSwitcher first in order to actually downgrade the game to prove you actually own it. So now that it's downloading here, you can see that it's downloading version 1.28. Another thing to mention before this finishes, do not exit out of QuestAppVersionSwitcher or BMBF when it loads stuff or downloads stuff or installs stuff. It'll corrupt files or it'll make you install everything again. So make sure you don't exit out while it's downloading stuff. Now that it is done, it's gonna bring us to a page that says mod my game. It's gonna tell you the download is done. We're gonna click the mod my game button. And while it's doing this, it has a status down there that says it's copying the APK. And that this can be the longest bit of the download. Now that it is done, it's going to ask that we install our modded version of the game. We're going to click install game. Step 1, it's going to ask us to start the install, which we're going to install the game. Step 1.1, after the uninstall is complete, it's going to lead us to step 2.1. It's going to ask us to enable permissions. Now that that's enabled, we're going to click grant access and install app once again. It's going to ask if we want to install, which we're going to install, obviously. It's going to ask us to restore the app. Don't restore the app. What it means by that is uninstalling the app and then getting rid of your modded version of BeatSaber. Now that it's finished, it's going to say that our game is modded and we're going to get mods. It will also ask you to have access to certain folders in your Oculus, which you're just going to go ahead and say use this folder. We're going to click get mods and then open BeatSaber mods page. We're going to click download all core mods and then we're going to have to wait for all this to install. It's going to say that it's all done when it finishes. Then we're going to go ahead and go back. Sometimes it's going to ask you to grant permission even though you already have. So once we do this, if it shows up for you, we're going to go ahead and get the core mods yet again to make sure they've downloaded. If it says immediately all done, it means you're good to go. Then after this, I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of QuestAppVersionSwitcher. We are done with it for today's video. We're going to go to BMBF, which is the fun part. It's going to allow us to access and manage files. Use this folder after it allows access to the files. I'm going to click use this folder. allow. Once BMBF has loaded up, you're going to see a flashing red button called Sync to BeatSaber. You're going to click this. It's going to basically sync the mods we've already downloaded from QuestAppVersionSwitcher, and it's going to put them already on BeatSaber. Now that it says start BeatSaber, it means that it's all done. After it finishes syncing to BeatSaber, we're going to open BeatSaber. When it asks you to restore app, you're always going to say open app instead of restore. Like I said, restoring the app's going to uninstall it and get rid of all your mods. We can see that our mods tab now works. We have reload playlist, more songs, and load mods. Our loaded mods here are our cores, and then you can see our libraries. You should also have a thing called custom levels in that corner. Also to mention that on your feet it should say 1.28 on the feet in BeatSaber. That's how you know you have a downgraded version. Now that it is loaded up, we're going to go to browser, and we're going to go and install a bunch of mods. First, we're going to install Beat Leader, then Beat Together, Better Song Search, and if there's any other mods you want, you can get those too. We're going to get Chroma. These are just the mods that I highly recommend because I use them myself. Faster Scroll if you have a lot of songs. Gay Sabers, which are not really gay, they just glow rainbow. They just look really cool. Mapping extensions is a good one too. A lot of maps use it. Multiplayer core, this is how you play online multiplayer with custom songs. Noodle extensions, you're going to want to get that one too. Recently Played's a really good one too. Replay just looks back on what really happened and how your score went. Saber Trailer gets rid of the trail on your sabers. That's really annoying. You can get Score Saber if you would like, but I do not use it myself. I'm going to go ahead and get Simply Max FPS. Song Browser is really good too. Thin Saber Core, you can get that one. And Thin Saber UI, you can't have one without the other. And Trick Saber. Then scroll down a little bit. Our mods are now complete. We're going to click Sync to BeatSaber once we go to the Mods tab. Just double check to make sure it all says Enabling to Sync. It's just going to install everything once you hit the sync, which we're going to do now. This is the longest part of the tutorial. I'm going to sit down for this. It's going to start popping up green boxes saying that it's successfully installed a bunch of mods. How this works is that since I installed Trick Saber last, once it says installed Trick Saber, then it should quickly get back to syncing everything in. Once it says installed Trick Saber, it's like the last part, and then you should shortly be able to play BeatSaber, therefore after that. Now this part does take a while, so I'm going to cut to when it finishes, but make sure that you do not exit out of BMBF while this is happening, because then your core mods will corrupt and they will not work anymore, and then you'll have to remod the whole game starting from the beginning. So I will see you guys when this finishes. As you can see, it says installed Trick Saber, which is the last mod I decided to install, and then you can see that it finished right after that. So just wait it out. It might take 5 to 10 minutes, but make sure you keep your headset on. You can watch your phone or something. But now that it's installed, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up, and we're gonna click Launch BeatSaber. Well, or just start BeatSaber from here. We're gonna click Open App, Never Restore, or else you'll have to go through that whole process again. Once it loads up, we look at our feet. There is 1.28. And it says over here that we have a bunch of mods, including Saber Trailer, which you can disable the trail like that, up in the first option. Going over to Gay Saber, you can just enable it. It's just Rainbow Lightsaber. Thin Saber, I enable. And then we go to loaded mods. You can see we have a bunch more mods loaded. And then over in our libraries mod, we have all those. It should not have anything in the failed mods section. I'm going to go to Better Song Search. This is basically how you install most of your songs. You can also go to the basic one if you so choose. Reload playlist lets you refresh the songs. More songs is the default song browser that lets you install other songs like so. I'm going to go to Bad Apple here and click install just to show you. And it should be in our songs. QuestAppVersionSwitcher, we can put trigger action as our throw and grip action as spin. At least those are mine. You can put them however you want. There's no preference. And it's going to say set browser loaded down there. I'm going to go ahead and load up $100 bills to show you what the sabers are all about. So you can see that our rainbow sabers are rainbow, I guess. Like so, like you can see on my screen, pushing grip and trigger will throw our sabers. Grip will spin them and trigger will throw them like so. And funny enough, the saber hitboxes still exist even if they're throwing. And then just by releasing, you can see that the sabers come right back to you. And that's it for the modding tutorial. If you have any questions or any concerns, leave them down in the comments. In the comments, I'll have a pinned comment that lets you know what my Discord user is. You can see that our BeatSaber here is unofficial because you can see the cloud. But like I said on the pinned comment, you should see my Discord user, so where you are able to find me and friend me. I'll friend you back. You hit me up and I'll talk about it and guide you through what you did wrong or how to fix it, so you can see 1.28. And that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am very grateful you guys took the time to mod BeatSaber, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.